Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into a topic that many of you have asked about: how to open an investment account with top American brokers like Fidelity and Charles Schwab. Whether you're a US resident or an international investor, this complete guide will walk you through the entire process, step by step. So grab a notebook and let's get started on your journey to investing in the US market. First things first, why choose a major American broker like Fidelity or Schwab? Well, for starters, they are giants in the industry. This means they offer a massive range of investment options, from stocks and ETFs to mutual funds and bonds. They're also known for their robust platforms, excellent research tools, and top-notch customer service. Plus, many of them offer zero-commission trading on US stocks and ETFs, which is a huge win for any investor. Security is also a big deal. These brokers are regulated by US authorities, and your accounts are typically protected by SIPC insurance, giving you peace of mind. Alright, let's break down the account opening process. It's actually more straightforward than you might think. We'll start with US residents and then cover the process for international investors. If you're living in the US, whether you're a citizen, a green card holder, or on certain types of visas, the process is pretty simple. The first thing you'll need is your Social Security number or Individual Taxpayer Identification Number. That's your ITIN. This is non-negotiable for most brokers. You'll also need a valid US residential address. A PIT box won't work here. They need a physical address. Next, gather your documents. You'll need a government-issued photo ID. This could be your driver's license, a state ID card, or your passport. Make sure it's not expired. You'll also need to provide your employment information and some basic financial details, like your annual income and net worth. Don't worry, they're not being nosy. This is a regulatory requirement to understand your financial profile and ensure the investments are suitable for you. Once you have everything ready, head over to the website of your chosen broker, let's say Fidelity for this example. Look for the Open an Account button, which is usually front and center on their homepage. You'll then be guided through a series of questions. The first choice is the type of account you want to open. The most common one for new investors is an individual brokerage account, sometimes called a taxable account. This is your general-purpose account for buying and selling stocks, ETFs, and other securities. Other options include retirement accounts like a Roth or traditional IRA, but we'll cover those in another video. For now, let's stick with the individual brokerage account. You'll then fill out an online application form. This is where you'll enter your personal information: name, address, date of birth, and your Social Security number. It's all done on a secure platform, so your information is safe. You'll answer those financial questions I mentioned earlier. Be honest here. It helps the broker understand your risk tolerance. After filling out the form, you'll need to agree to the terms and conditions. Read them over, of course. Then you'll submit your application. In many cases, for US residents, the verification process is automated and your account can be approved in just a few minutes. Sometimes they might ask you to upload a copy of your ID for verification, so it's good to have a digital copy ready. Once your account is approved, congratulations. The next step is to fund it. You can link your US bank account to your new brokerage account for easy electronic transfers, also known as ACH transfers. This is usually the fastest and cheapest way to move money. You can also wire money or even mail a check, though electronic transfers are the most common. And that's it. Once the money lands in your account, you're ready to start investing. Now, what about our international viewers? The process is a bit different, but definitely possible. Charles Schwab, for instance, has a dedicated Schwab One international account. Fidelity also accepts clients from many countries. The key thing to remember is that the requirements vary depending on your country of residence. So, if you're not a US resident, the first step is to check if the broker accepts applications from your country. You can usually find this information in the FAQ section of their International Accounts page. For the application, you won't have a social security number. Instead, you'll be using your national tax identification number from your home country. You'll also need to provide a government-issued photo ID, like your passport, which is the most universally accepted document. Proof of address is crucial. This will likely be a recent utility bill, like for electricity or water, or a bank statement that clearly shows your name and address. Make sure the document is recent, usually within the last 3 to 6 months. The application itself is often a paper form, a PDF that you'll need to download, print, fill out, and then mail or fax back to the broker. Some brokers are moving towards online applications for international clients, but the paper route is still very common. Pay close attention to every field on the form. Any mistakes can cause significant delays. One very important document you'll need to fill out is the W-8BEN form. This form is called the Certificate of Foreign Status of Beneficial Owner for United States Tax Withholding and Reporting. That's a mouthful. But basically, it certifies that you are not a US taxpayer. This is super important because it can exempt you from certain US taxes on your investments and potentially allow you to claim a reduced rate of tax withholding on dividends based on the tax treaty between your country and the US. You'll need to renew this form every 3 years. So, you'll package up your completed application form, the signed W-8BEN, a copy of your passport, and your proof of address, and mail it to the broker's International Accounts Department. The address will be provided on their website. I recommend using a reliable international courier service with tracking so you know your sensitive documents have arrived safely. The approval process for international accounts takes longer than for domestic ones. It can take anywhere from a few days to several weeks, as they have to manually verify all your documents. Be patient. If they need more information, they'll contact you via email. Once your international account is approved, the final step is funding it. The most common way to do this is through an international wire transfer from your local bank account. This will involve some fees from both your bank and the receiving bank, and you'll also need to consider currency exchange rates. When you set up the wire, make sure you include your new brokerage account number in the reference or memo field so they can credit the funds correctly. Let's do a quick comparison. Fidelity is fantastic for its wide range of no-fee mutual funds and fractional shares, which lets you buy a slice of a stock instead of a whole share. This is great for beginners with a smaller budget. Charles Schwab is renowned for its excellent customer service and powerful trading platform, Street Smart Edge. They also have a great banking division, making it easy to manage your cash and investments in one place. Both are excellent choices, and it really comes down to personal preference. My advice is to explore both of their websites and see which interface and set of tools you like better. A few final tips before we wrap up. Double-check all your information before submitting. A simple typo in your name or address can cause big delays. Keep digital and physical copies of all the documents you submit. And if you run into any issues or have questions during the process, don't hesitate to call the broker's customer service line. That's what they're there for, and they are generally very helpful. Opening a brokerage account is a huge and exciting first step towards building wealth and securing your financial future. It might seem a little intimidating at first, but by following these steps, you'll have your account open and ready to go in no time. I hope this guide was helpful for you. If you got value from this video, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our future videos on how to actually start investing, what to buy, and how to build a portfolio. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer every single one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.